Real quick, to set up these rooms, you're going to want to go to Finder, Settings, click Add Hard Disks and Connected Servers so that you'll know where your drives are, etc. I would also come real quick to System Settings, go to Desktop and Dock, make sure that this is turned off, this Stage Manager thing, and I would also make sure that the mouse is set up like you like it. I like a right click, and I like unnatural scrolling, but you can set that up however you wish, okay? Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fire up Pro Tools. So when you first open it in here, it's going to default to, let's give this a title. This is just, I'm going to say voice recording, okay? And I always suggest that people change this to prompt for location, right? For everything that I do in my classes, I suggest you do 24-bit, broadcast wave, 48 kilohertz, and if you're not sure, choose stereo mix and interleaved, okay? We're going to create a new session. Now, I forgot to bring my hard drive in, so for now, I'm just going to save this on the desktop. Okay, now by default in here, when you create a new session, one of the things you want to make sure is that you go here to Playback Engine and that your Playback Engine is the SSL2 Mark II. Okay, if it's something else, change it to that. You can click and there'll be a drop-down menu, change it to that. It'll ask you, Pro Tools will ask you to close Pro Tools and open it back up. That will be okay. Now, to record your voice, you're going to want to go Track, New, and you're going to want to go just a mono audio track. It's good to label it if you can. I'm going to label it because it's me. Label it as Jeff. Okay. Now, you've got both in your edit window and your mix window, you've got a recording track. What you want to make sure is that you have your input here is to input 1. Okay, because over here you can see that the SM7 is actually plugged into channel 1 on the actual SSL2 where the audio is coming in. Okay, you're going to want to be right up close, your voice very close to the SM7 to get a good warm sound. The actual gain on the microphone, can you see where I'm barely touching the yellow on the levels? That's a pretty good place to be. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit record ready here. Okay, you're probably hearing my voice twice, but that's okay. And you can see that just by default, when I'm getting a level that's -15, maybe peaking at -5, that's pretty good, right? We don't need to go a lot higher than that because we can do some things like compression and EQ later to fix this up. But back over here to the device, okay? Let me just tour this for you really quick. The only thing that you need to be concerned about on this device is your headphone volume, like over here, what you're listening to for the headphone volume. This doesn't do anything because that's only if we had external speakers, which these rooms don't have, so that doesn't matter where that is. It's important that this over here, the mix button, that you have it turned all the way over to USB, okay? That is going to ensure that you're hearing 100% of the signal coming back from Pro Tools. You might hear a little bit of delay when you're recording, but just ignore that because that won't get recorded. If you put it all the way to input, you'll hear yourself when you're recording, but you won't hear anything in playback. So leave it like that. I would leave all of these buttons up here. There's nothing plugged into channel 2, by the way, but I would leave all these buttons off. Nothing else should be lit up. It should look just like this, okay? And you're probably going to have the gain almost all the way up in order to get a good voice recording level. When it's time to actually record your voice, okay, all you have to do is come up here to the top, hit the record button once, hit the play button. Hello, this is Professor Bradbury. I'm in room 34 in the lower level of Lanigan, and I'm recording my voice. You'll notice that it's not a really high level, but it is a good level. I'm right. My mouth is about an inch away from the microphone, not quite touching, but very close. This will get a nice, smooth, well-recorded voiceover sound. Okay? Okay. Now I'm going to hit the stop button or the space bar. Okay? I now have a recording. If I want to play this back, I'm going to turn off the record ready there. And let's see, if I just want to play it back, I'm going to hit the space bar. Hello, this is Professor Bradbury. Okay. I can hear that playing through my headphones right now. You might not be able to hear it, but it's playing back. And from there, you can do all the recording and stuff that you need. Okay.